Market Mantra, Market Mantra, Market Mantra, Market Mantra, Market Mantra, Market Mantra.
Namaskar and welcome to this edition of Market Mantra, in which we give you a complete update on the economic, business and stock market news of the day. Well, I'm Lalema Aneja Dang and with me is my co-anchor in Hindi, Manoj Pathak.
नमस्कार, मार्केट मंत्र के ताजा अंक में आपका स्वागत है। आधे घंटे के इस कार्यक्रम में हमेशा की तरह हम देश और दुनिया की चुनी हुई कारोबारी, आर्थिक और शेयर बाजार से जुड़ी हुई ताजा खबरों को लेकर हाजिर हैं। हमारे साथ खबरों पर ऑनलाइन चर्चा के लिए आज आमंत्रित हैं शेयर बाजार के जाने माने विशेषज्ञ राजीव नागपाल। राजीव, कार्यक्रम में आपका स्वागत है।
धन्यवाद मनोज।
आइए शुरुआत करते हैं अंग्रेजी में हेडलाइन से, जिसे लेकर मौजूद हैं लालिमा अनेजा डैंग।
Thank you, Manoj. Yes, the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to deliver the keynote address at the Invest India conference in Canada through video conferencing shortly. Equity benchmarks rally for sixth session in a row. Sensex reclaims 40,000 mark after 25th February this year. Nifty regains 11,800 level. And Asian stocks track gains in the Wall Street amid hope of a partial deal on fresh US stimulus.
प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी अब से कुछ देर में वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से कनाडा में आयोजित होने वाले इन्वेस्ट इंडिया सम्मेलन में मुख्य भाषण देंगे। घरेलू शेयर बाजार में लगातार छठे सत्र में लिवाली तेज। सेंसेक्स इस वर्ष 25 फरवरी के बाद फिर से 40,000 के स्तर से ऊपर पहुंचा। निफ्टी भी 11,800 के आंकड़े को पार कर गया और अमेरिका में वित्तीय प्रोत्साहन दिए जाने के लिए आंशिक समझौते की ताजा उम्मीदों से एशियाई शेयर बाजारों में आज दिखी तेजी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver the keynote address at the Invest India conference in Canada through video conferencing shortly. The forum aims to give Canadian business community a first-hand perspective of the opportunities to invest in India and showcase India as an investment destination. The conference is expected to witness participation of representatives from banks and insurance companies and investment funds. Companies of various other sectors like aviation, electronics and manufacturing, consultant firms and universities will also participate in this conference.
घरेलू आइए चलते हैं शेयर बाजार की ओर। घरेलू शेयर बाजार में लगातार 6 दिनों से रौनक बनी हुई है और आज भी निवेशकों की सक्रिय भागीदारी देखने को मिली और बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का सेंसेक्स एक बार फिर 40,000 के आंकड़े को पार कर गया। इससे पहले इस वर्ष सेंसेक्स 25 फरवरी के आसपास 40,000 से ऊपर पहुंचा था। उधर निफ्टी 11,800 के स्तर से ऊपर पहुंचकर आज बंद हुआ। कारोबार के अंत में बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का सेंसेक्स 304 अंक यानी 0.76% बढ़कर 40,183 पर बंद हुआ। उधर नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का निफ्टी 96 अंक यानी 0.82% की बढ़त लेकर 11,835 दर्ज हुआ। विस्तृत बाजारों की ओर चलें तो वहां मिला जुला रुख आज देखने को मिला है। एक और बीएसई मिड कैप इंडेक्स 0.29% बढ़त के साथ बंद हुआ, वहीं स्मॉल कैप इंडेक्स में 0.26% की कमी देखने को मिली।
Equity benchmarks today rallied for the sixth session in a row amid positive global cues. Sensex reclaimed the 40,000 mark after 25th February this year, while the Nifty regained 11,800 level. Key indices rose with the gain in IT shares mainly after TCS results. The Sensex ended 304 points or 0.76% higher at 40,183. The broader NSE Nifty climbed 96 points or 0.82% to finish at 11,835. The broader market at BSE closed divergently, underperforming the Sensex. The BSE Mid-Cap Index rose 0.29% and the BSE Small Cap Index slipped 0.26%. Ultratech Cement topped the Sensex gainers chart with a jump of 3.2%, followed by TCS, HCL Tech, Infosys, HDFC Bank, Sun Pharma and Tech Mahindra. India's largest software services firm, Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, has reported a 4.9% rise in consolidated net profit to 8,433 crore rupees for the September quarter of current fiscal and also announced a share buyback plan of up to 16,000 crore rupees. On the other hand, ONGC, ITC, Reliance Industries, L&T, Power Grid and Asian Paints were among the major laggards, shedding up to 2.8%. RIL came under selling pressure after Amazon.com Inc. slapped a legal notice on Future Group over its 24,713 crore rupees asset sale. Sector-wise, the BSE IT, Tech, Healthcare, Telecom and Bankex indices spurted up to 3%, while energy, oil and gas, capital goods and industrials closed in the red. So, Raji, welcome to the show, and it seems that we are doing quite well with this 40,000. Is this time to celebrate?
Well, I mean, it's a time to celebrate for the but very few number of people, because if you look at the market breadth, it is getting narrowed. I mean, the up moves in index are being led by fewer stocks, and so the probability that the market can come under pressure is high. If you look at the number of stocks which have participated in the last round of rally, are fewer as compared to what happened last time. But broadly, it's a extremely highly liquid derivative market. The money is continuing to flow in the global equity markets, and India is receiving a part of it. So, I mean, one way to look at it is, yes, it's time to celebrate, but to be cautious also at a time in which quality stocks you're investing, because mistakes are made in bull run only.
राजीव, इस दौरान जो आईटी और बैंकिंग सेक्टर से जुड़ी हुई कंपनियां हैं, उनका जो दूसरी तिमाही का परिणाम आया है, उसका किस तरह बाजार पर असर दिख रहा?
देखिए, जहां तक आईटी कंपनीज की बात है, उनका परिणाम जो है वो एक्सपेक्टेशंस पे है, बिकॉज अभी पूरी दुनिया में आईटी या आप डिजिटल कहें या बाकी सर्विसेज रिलेटेड जो भी सर्विसेज हैं, उनके जो स्टॉक्स हैं, दे गॉट रीरेट, उनकी एक रीरेटिंग हुई कोविड की वजह से, कोविड क्राइसिस में. सो रिजल्ट इन लाइन है, कोई बहुत बड़ी चेंज इन नंबर्स नहीं आया है, बहुत बड़ा कोई उछाल उनके नंबरों में आया हो. बट दो चीज क्लियर है कि एक तो आईटी कंपनीज के पास जो कैश बैलेंस है, वो लग रहा है कि अब टीसीएस के बाद और भी कई कंपनीज जो है वो दे आर गोइंग टू यूज इट फॉर देयर शेयर बायबैक्स एंड ऑल. तो उस वजह से थोड़ा इसमें उछाल आया, उसका वेटेज ज्यादा है. बाकी जो कंपनीज का परफॉर्मेंस जिनसे मालूम चलेगा कि कैसा सिचुएशन है ऑन ग्राउंड, वो भी आने में टाइम है. इन द सेंस दैट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, रिटेल या ऑटो, उनके नंबर जो है वो आने में टाइम है. इसमें ऑटो के नंबर प्रॉब्ली उम्मीद से बेहतर आएंगे, बिकॉज जो नंबर्स, मंथली नंबर्स अगर आप देखें तो अगस्त तक आते आते तो काफी हद तक नॉर्मलसी की तरफ आ गए थे. कई केसेस में तो जो रूरल सेल्स और डिपेंडेंट कंपनीज हैं, उनके बेटर नंबर्स आए हैं, मंथली नंबर्स. तो उनके नंबर्स आएंगे तब मालूम चलेगा कि कैसा माहौल है. वैसे भी अगर आप देखें हिस्टोरिकली, तो जो इनिशियली अनाउंस करती हैं कंपनीज नंबर्स, वो कंपनी होती हैं जो लार्ज, एफिशिएंट और बेटर रन कंपनीज होती हैं. वो क्वार्टर खत्म होता है और अगले 10-15 दिन में आपको अपने रिजल्ट प्रेजेंट कर देती हैं. वो नॉर्मली बेहतर होते हैं अगर आप हिस्ट्री देखेंगे.
Right, Rajiv, you talked about the auto sector. We see an increase in exports in the two-wheeler sector, and the tractors also a sharp increase in exports. Is this a pent-up demand, or is it the real increase? How would you see this?
No, see, a part of it was earlier was a pent-up demand, and if you look at the reason for the tractors is not only exports, but even the domestic sale doing very well, is that large number of banks, and especially the private sector banks, have started to focus their priority sector lending on financing of the tractors. I mean, they have decided, they probably feel that it's a better asset to finance, the probability of NP is lower. So the easy availability of finance in tractor is one of the things which has happened in last 2-3 quarters, and it is showing in the sales numbers. As far as exports are concerned, that probably is where for a long time the things were not moving up. There is in that case there is an element of pent-up demand. But again,
all right. Thank you, Rajiv. Well, friends, now we move over to our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who will be delivering the keynote address at the Invest India Conference in Canada through video conferencing. Let's listen in.
I'm glad you are being exposed to the tremendous investment and business opportunities in India. Friends, there is one thing common to most people in the audience. It has people who take investment decisions which assess risk, decisions which predict return while making investment. I want to ask you, what do you think about before investing in any country? Does the country have a vibrant democracy? Does the country have political stability? Does the country have investment and business-friendly policies? Does the country have transparency in governance? Does the country have a skilled talent pool? Does the country have a large market? These are different questions you may be asking. The undisputed answer to all these questions is one, and that is India. There is an opportunity for everyone, institutional investors, manufacturers, supporters of innovations, ecosystems, and infrastructure companies. There is an opportunity to invest, to set up units, and to run businesses. There is an opportunity to partner with our private sector and with the government. There is an opportunity to earn as well as learn. Not only that, as well as to lead. There is an opportunity to grow. Friends, in the post-COVID world, you will often hear of various kinds of problems. Problems of manufacturing, problems of supply chains, problems of PPP, etc. Problems are natural. However, India had not let those problems be. We showed resilience and emerged as a land of solutions. We provided free food grain to 800 million people and free cooking gas to around 80 million families. And for a long time, despite disrupted logistics, we are able to deliver money directly into bank accounts of more than 400 million farmers, women, poor and needy people within a matter of days. This shows the strength of governance structure and systems that we have built over the last few years. Friends, India is playing the role of the pharmacy to the world. We have provided medicine to around 150 countries so far during this pandemic. During March, June of this year, our agriculture export rose by 23%. This happened while the entire country was stringent lockdown. Today, our manufacturing is running on full stream. Before the pandemic, India hardly manufactured PPE kits. Today, not only does India manufacture millions of PPE kits, every month it also exports them. We are also committed to ramping up production. We want to help the entire world when it comes to vaccine production for COVID-19. Friends, the India story is strong today, and stronger tomorrow. Let me explain how. Today, the FDI regime has been very well liberalized. We have created a friendly tax regime for sovereign wealth and pension funds. We have undertaken significant reforms for developing a robust bond market. We have come up with incentive schemes for champion sectors. Schemes in sectors like in pharma, medical devices, and electronic manufacturing have already been in operation. We want to ensure high level attention and effective handholding for investors. For these, a dedicated, empowered group of secretaries has been made. We are proactively monetizing assets across sectors: airports, railways, highways, power transmission lines, so many. Real estate investment trusts and infrastructure investment trusts have been fully enabled for monetization of both public and private assets. Friends, today, India is undergoing a rapid change in mindset as well as markets. Today, India has embarked on a journey of deregulation and decriminalization of various offences under the Companies Act. India has risen from 81 to 48 in the Global Innovation Index ranking in the last 5 years. India has risen 142 to 63 in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business ranking in the last 5 years. The result of these improvements are there for everyone to see. India received around $70 billion from institutional investors in a year and a half between January 2019 and July 2020. This is almost equal to that received in 4 years between 2013 and 2017. The continuing confidence of global investor community in India is seen by the fact that FDI into India went up by 20% in 2019. And this when global FDI inflows fell by 1%. India has already received over $20 billion during the first 6 months of this year from across the globe. This is also the time when COVID-19 has been at peak globally. The International Financial Services Center at GIFT City is one of our major initiatives. Investors could utilize it as a preferred platform to transact globally. We have recently set up a full empowered unified regulator for it. Friends, India has adopted a unique approach posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. We have given relief and stimulus package for the poor and the small businesses. But we have also used this opportunity to undertake structural reforms. These reforms ensure more productivity and prosperity. India has undertaken a trinity of reforms in the field of education, labor, and agriculture. Together, they impact almost every Indian. India has ensured reforms of old laws in the field of labor and agriculture. They ensure greater participation of the private sector while also strengthening the government safety nets. These reforms will lead to a win-win situation for entrepreneurs as well as for our hard-working people. The reforms in the field of education will further harness the talent of our youth. These reforms have also set the stage for more foreign universities to be able to come to India. The reforms in the labor laws greatly reduce the number of labor courts. They are both employee and employer friendly and will further increase ease of doing businesses. The reforms in the field of agriculture are far-reaching. They will not only give more choice to farmers, but will boost exports. These reforms will support our efforts to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India. By working towards self-reliance, we seek to contribute to global good and prosperity. Friends, if you are looking to partner in the field of education, the place to be is India. If you are looking to invest in manufacturing or services, the place to be is India. If you are looking to collaborate in the field of agriculture, the place to be is India. Friends, India-Canada bilateral ties are driven by our shared democratic values and many common interests. The trade and investment linkages between us are integral to our multifaceted relationship. Canada is the 20th largest foreign investor in India. More than 600 Canadian companies have presence in India. I am told that Canadian pension funds have pledged around $50 billion as investment in India till now. Our relationship is perhaps far stronger than what the number suggests. But that also means together we can achieve much more. Canada is home to some of the largest and most experienced infrastructure investors. Canadian pension funds were the first ones to start investing directly in India. Many of them have already discovered great opportunities in a range of areas like highways, airport, logistics, telecom, and real estate. They are looking at expanding their presence and finding new areas to invest. Mature Canadian investors who have been in India for many years now can be our best brand ambassadors. Their own experience, their plan to expand and diversify can be the most credible evidence for all of you to come here too. In addition, you have the benefit of knowing India well. After all, Canada has one of the largest Indian diaspora in the world. There would be no barriers for you here. You would find yourself as welcome here as in your own country. Thank you for inviting me to address this event. Thank you once again. Thank you.
अभी हम प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी का संबोधन सुन रहे थे जो कनाडा में आयोजित हुए इन्वेस्ट इंडिया सम्मेलन में उन्होंने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से दिया था। आइए हम खबरों का सिलसिला आगे बढ़ाते हैं और चलते हैं शेयर बाजार की ओर। वैश्विक घरेलू शेयर बाजार पर हमने चर्चा कर ली, जानकारी श्रोताओं को दे दी है। आइए अब चलते हैं सबसे पहले एशियाई शेयर बाजार पर नजर डालते हैं। एशियाई शेयर बाजारों में आज कुल मिलाकर तेजी बनी रही है। जापान का निक्केई 225 सूचकांक 1% लाभ के साथ बंद हुआ। सिंगापुर का स्ट्रेट्स टाइम्स इंडेक्स और दक्षिण कोरिया का कोस्पी दोनों सूचकांकों में 0.2% की वृद्धि हुई। वहीं बिकवाली के दबाव में हांगकांग का हेंग सेंग 0.2% घाटे में रहा। चीन के शंघाई कंपोजिट इंडेक्स में आज कोई कारोबार नहीं रहा, वहां बंद था। यूरोपीय बाजारों की ओर चलें तो समाचार तैयार किए जाने तक लिवाली दिख रही थी। अंतर्दिवसीय कारोबार में लंदन का FTSE 100 0.5% ऊपर चल रहा था। जर्मनी का डेक्स 0.6% और फ्रांस का कैक 40 0.4% ऊपर कारोबार कर रहे थे।
A look at the U.S. market. Well, the U.S. stocks closed sharply higher yesterday as investors regained hope that at least a partial deal on more U.S. fiscal stimulus may happen. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and Nasdaq Composite Index both zoomed 1.9%, while the S&P 500 surged 1.7%.
हमारे साथ फोन लाइन पर आमंत्रित हैं आज चर्चा के लिए खबरों पर वरिष्ठ शेयर बाजार विशेषज्ञ राजीव नागपाल। राजीव, वैश्विक बाजारों पर क्या प्रतिक्रिया व्यक्त करना चाहेंगे? एशियाई बाजारों में भी कुल मिलाकर हम तेजी देख रहे हैं और अमेरिकी शेयर बाजार में तो कल अच्छी खासी तेजी हमने देखी। क्या दर्शा रहा वैश्विक बाजार?
देखिए, वहां पे दो चीजें हैं कि एक तो यूएस फेड ने कहा कि स्टिमुलस की और जरूरत पड़ेगी, और तो इसका मतलब कि जो वहां का सेंट्रल बैंक है वो अपनी इजी मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी जारी रखेगा। एंड सेकेंडली, जो थोड़ा सा एक कांग्रेस और प्रेसिडेंट ट्रम्प के बीच में एक स्टैंड ऑफ हो गया है कि दूसरी किस्त पे जो स्टिमुलस की है वो दिया जाएगा, उसके बारे में है कि शायद टारगेटेड हेल्प आएगी उसके लिए। तो उसके चलते लिक्विडिटी इन द हैंड्स ऑफ यूएस कंज्यूमर बढ़ने की उम्मीद है। एंड जिसके चलते लगता है कि यूएस इकोनॉमी विच हैज डन फार बेटर देन एक्सपेक्टेड इन दिस कोविड क्राइसिस, उसका जो लिक्विडिटी पुश है वो उसको आई थिंक इलेक्शन के बाद तक के टाइम के लिए चलता रहेगा। दैट इज द रीजन जो अगर आप देखेंगे तो रिकवरी बहुत शार्प हुई और लार्ज टेक कंपनीज ने डिस्पाइट द रूलिंग जो एक यूएस हाउस कमेटी ने दी है उनके अगेंस्ट, उसके बावजूद भी वो स्टॉक्स बेटर परफॉर्म करें। सो इट्स एसेंशियली लिक्विडिटी which is driving the market, and indications are that liquidity will remain plentiful in near term.
आइए नजर डालते हैं अब रुपए की स्थिति पर।
The rupee strengthened by 9 paise to close at 73 rupees and 24 paise against the US dollar. The domestic unit logged appreciation supported by positive domestic equities and weak American currency. This is the second consecutive session of gain for the rupee. Meanwhile, the dollar index, which gauges the greenback's strength against a basket of 6 currencies, fell 0.05% to 93.57.
सराफा बाजार भी हम चलेंगे, उससे पहले तेल की खबर।
Oil prices today rose as oil workers evacuated rigs in the U.S. Gulf of Mexico ahead of Hurricane Delta. However, fuel demand concerns persisted amid low chances of a stimulus deal and a build in crude inventories in the U.S. In intraday trade, Brent crude prices were trading around $42.70 per barrel, while WTI crude prices were around $40.60 per barrel. And gold.
हाँ, अब हम चलेंगे सराफा बाजार। दिल्ली सराफा बाजार में आज सोने और चांदी की चमक तेज रही है। सोने का मूल्य आज 82 रुपए बढ़ा है। 51,153 रुपए प्रति 10 ग्राम के स्तर पर सोना आज पहुंच गया। उधर चांदी भी 1,074 रुपए उछलकर 62,159 रुपए प्रति किलो के स्तर पर पहुंच गई। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजारों में सोने का मूल्य $1,891 प्रति आउंस हो गया। चांदी भी थोड़ी सी बढ़त के साथ $24 प्रति आउंस के स्तर पर पहुंच गई। और बस यहीं पर श्रोताओं की ओर से राजीव, हम आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहेंगे।
धन्यवाद मनोज।
And now before we close, a reminder of the headlines, friends. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi delivered the keynote address at the Invest India conference in Canada through video conferencing a short while ago. Equity benchmarks rally for 6th session in a row. Sensex reclaims 40,000 mark after 25th of February this year. Nifty regains 11,800 level, and Asian stocks track gains in the Wall Street amid hope of a partial deal on fresh U.S. stimulus. Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of Market Mantra. I, Lalima Anita Dang, and my co-anchor Manoj Pathak bid adieu. Namaskar.
Market Mantra.